Hello, everyone.
Greetings,
Or-
folks.
Greetings.
Okay.
Ah,
It's been it was scheduling issues, and then I
it's
was
been a minute.
violently ill and could not DM. But we are back alive for now. No Nadia this session. Player was not able to make it. Yep. That's that.
Nadia's taking a fat nap.
Yep, Nadia's napping, I guess.
I'm here as well.
Just
Yes.
Well, I'm
Not
Meg.
Alrighty.
It's like you're a little muffled.
Me?
Is it the
Yeah.
cat?
yeah,
Maybe.
That's
sound better now.
respectable.
It's because I moved my phone closer to my face.
Oh.
Can you get your sheet on your phone?
That's
I
a...
know you can use Roll20 on your phone. It's just a bit
It's
of a pain.
really hard.
Yeah. If you need us to make any rules for you, let us know. This is not going to be a combat insane session. So
You love
less.
cats so much.
Thank you for the D20 roll. No,
Why?
that'll be very important.
Oh, speaking of which, can we get a fate die for the session? Which is a D100.
That'll be
I will roll.
I got it.
You got it? Cool. Oh, it's not gonna be 69.
Yeah, it's one
so
short.
close. So close.
Almost nice.
Darn.
Almost nice.
It's not as nice anymore.
Not as nice.
Not nice.
Not so nice.
Disappointing.
I also love that we're all 12. Okay.
What?
So, does anyone want to do a session recap, or am I doing this for last session?
My brain empty. I just woke
Okay.
up.
God, valid. I also woke up like minutes ago.
You had a nap. I woke up from my dead sleep, motherfucker.
No, I woke up earlier for about half an hour and then went back to sleep. I was not awake for long.
I, Bruce, been
Anyways.
surrounded by literal children.
West Coast.
I'm not a child. I was doing homework.
I'm just an adult with a fucked sleep schedule.
Yeah.
Has insomnia.
I'm sad.
Doing that.
Hi, Trouble.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Hello.
I just work here, man. I don't know, Simon. I just work here.
Yep. I've actually hired that guy this entire time. Anyways,
An escort.
Jesus. As far as last session went, folks had been trying to find some answers in Kavagon as to what is going on here. I believe Angelus and Saga had been off researching your encounter at the logging operation where you had blinded yourself temporarily, while Henrik and Nadia had wandered off to check in with his eldest son. In the process of returning, Henrik did stumble upon what looked like an abandoned church. The crew banded together, came back to said church, and dealt with a few things that looked like they were essentially just balls of human arms, which is, totally not concerning and definitely a normal thing that happens in this world. You dealt with it, called in the guards, and let the woman who had interrogated you a few sessions prior know that you were dealing with such things on the side. I believe the crew then retired to Henrik's home, ran into the mother of one of your fellow party mates, Willow, and she had mentioned she needed Nadia, or not Nadia, Astoria to help her with a few things while she was in Astoria. Had taken her after a brief conversation and left. You folks had also, during those few sessions, arranged a meeting with the nobles, which is scheduled for today, later in the day, as well as scheduled a meeting with Darian Blackwood, the item trader, I suppose you would call him, and alleged drug smuggler you had met in Ovanth. It seems as if Angelus, by the message that you received and responded to this morning as the sun dawns over Kavagon, that he has already gotten to said bar and gotten settled and is waiting for you folks to show up. So that is where we begin the day, Angelus, as you sort of recover from your wake up message and realize that he's now going to be waiting on us.
You know, Angel's is just fucking like, like, he fucking, like, knocked over his, coffee thermos. It's like, fuck. And, like, I don't remember if it spills. I don't think it does, but it's like that initial panic, and then he, like, writes it and just closes, like, well, that was a great fucking wake up call. Oh
Yeah,
my
it does
God.
not spill infinitely.
Just, oh God, it's keep going.
Yeah. So I'm going to end the campaign, just flood the world in infinite coffee.
Let me break your game real quick.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so like Andrew's like frazzled. He's like, oh, it's too early. Kind of waiting on the party to wake up.
Yeah, everybody else, you wake up as you would normally. Seem like anything went amiss in the night?
We're all level 5.
Yippee!
Did you guys level up that session?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I have sending.
Yeah.
Yippee!
I can attack 3 times around now.
Oh no! Wait,
What?
what?
Henrik's
How?
extra dangerous now.
I
Yeah,
thought you only
because
get second.
now with yes,
Isn't
so
it-
my action
Yep,
is now 2
dual
attacks.
wielding.
bonus action.
Okay.
Yeah, Henrik just got his second quote-unquote attack.
Yes.
I haven't even got second attack yet. I hate fighters.
Why does
No,
your
you should
mom
have-
let you have 2 attacks?
I think I get it at 6th level.
No,
That's
you
so
should have it at 5th.
Let me check.
I remember being.
Yeah,
close
you
to
get an
that.
extra attack and fast movement.
Yeah, I could have sworn most get that at the same time.
Are you kidding me?
And
Yep,
most
you get
martial
your extra
classes
attack
get
at
their
5th.
second
I must
attack.
have been forlorn
at
about it last time we leveled up.
You get extra attack, fast movement, and instinctive, I guess.
That rules. I'm gonna hit things so hard and kill them all.
As you should.
Oh, that's
Not if
instinctive
I-
pounce replaces fast.
Not if I kill them all first.
Damn.
I'll kill them harder than you.
But I'm faster than you.
How fast are you?
Fast as fuck, boy.
I have a +4 to my dexterity.
And Saga just got an extra 40 feet of, or an extra 10 feet of movement, so for a total of 40.
That is true.
But hey,
What's your speed?
my next
Tell
2
me.
levels will be rogue, so I'll have dash as a bonus action.
Oh,
Hey, oh.
God. So I fucking fighter rogues are terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Becomes a barbarian rogue.
Anyways, Becky.
Yeah,
Anyways.
you guys burn the rest of the campaign trying to one up each other.
Okay, no, it's between these 2 fuckers. I'm not a part of this.
Yeah, I wasn't necessarily including you in that.
Okay.
You're kicked out now.
Fuck.
It's only Henry and
Anyways,
Saga battling it out forever.
forever. We are live though, so what are you folks up to?
So we got 2 meetings today.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta check in with our southern friend first to see if they can point us in any direction about the artifact. I don't think we'll show it to him.
That's the hot one, right?
Yeah, that's the one
Everyone's
we
hot
didn't
to
let the
you,
guards know
Saga.
about.
It's not true. Some people are ugly.
Oh, you're talking about people. I thought you were talking about like it's hot as in contraband.
The weather.
Yeah, hot contraband and a hot man.
Fucking hell.
Everybody sips for him.
Yeah.
I
All of
don't,
them.
and I never will.
That's because you're his father.
I was to say a straight man.
And also, like, potentially not into men, which is also entirely reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's possible.
We're not
That's
heterophobic
fair.
around here. Um, God, this is a mess of a fucking session.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we have the noble meeting to try and officially get in on
Yeah.
the cult investigation.
Okay,
Yep.
so about him not showing the artifact, um, how else is he going to figure out what it does? Cause I physically can't verbalize what's in my head.
Also, can we do this
Mm.
conversation in character by chance?
You're right.
Oh no, okay.
So I understand the concern about not showing the artifact, but isn't this person like an expert on artifacts? Isn't that something we want to show? I can't exactly verbalize what I know about it, so if he can figure it out, it'd be helpful for all of us.
Yeah,
Is there a reason not to trust him?
No reason not to trust Darian.
Shut the fuck up, DM.
Um,
You're the only one really awake that's met him, so technically we're just going on your opinion on him.
he is involved in smuggling items, so there's a non-negligible chance that he's involved in this in some way, or that
Okay, so
either unaware or aware he helped
so
move something important to the cult.
so you invite someone that you consider possibly might be a part of the cult to help us investigate the cult?
Wait, I thought he wasn't from this city.
That
He
is
wasn't from the city, and it's
I
more.
thought...
But also, in addition to that, I doubt the cult is only based here in Kabagan.
okay, but
It
okay.
has to be more
Well, have
widespread.
we...
I'd like to wrap around back to my question. Why would you ask for help from someone that you are thinking that they possibly might be working with the cult? Why would we do
I
that?
didn't. The rest of you decided to do that.
I was just asking for someone who knew artifacts. That's all I was asking for. Don't.
Well, neither of us are part of that. We don't know him.
I would actually like to bring up though. He did cast sending to me without meeting me, and
Yeah, that was strange.
that's as if it's confusing. But okay, so
Especially because Nadia was the one who sent a message to him.
I get he might have tried and she was asleep. I don't know.
He did get through the cordon here for the city.
Again, okay, but
So
so ignoring all that, I personally think that we should be showing the artifact so he can. I'm assuming that he has identify and all that kind of stuff, so you'll be able to figure it out. So I'm on board with at least showing him that. So
If he works with them, we can just kill him. No one will know.
we don't have to murder anyone either.
and given this is a place of
Okay, then we can put him in jail.
it may be we're not capable. He's clearly a spellcaster of some power. He
Mm,
will likely have backup at the bar, if not outright. Replace everyone in it with people he trusts in some manner.
So why didn't you bring this up earlier before we invited him into the city? Talk with us.
I
mm.
made my opinion clear of I didn't trust him.
But not that he'd be a part of them.
That's a very big part of that.
That's
This is a lot harder
that's more of
without
a
Matthew here.
possibility that I'm entertaining than any real evidence.
Okay.
Um,
Well, either way, we do have a meeting with him. So, and then another meeting after that. So we probably shouldn't stay here. talking about this without just going roundabout.
So if
We can't exactly go to him after asking for him to look at an artifact without the artifact. So I think whatever happens, us finding out what this thing is would be beneficial. That's my opinion on it.
you're probably right,
Then I'm gonna bring the artifact.
just let's be careful and ready to run if we need to.
I'm perfectly fine with that plan. I'm gonna go get stuff then. And I'll go, like, pack my things, make sure the artifact's in my bag and stuff like that.
All right. Oh, you're an expert on this artifact, Angela, so you should take the lead when we're talking to him.
Expert is uh far reach, but I assumed that I'd be doing the talking with this.
I mean, he's got a point. You do know the most about the artifact
I
that you currently
do.
have out of anyone that you know.
I know.
You
And
just
you
don't
have the
really know how to
best frame of
comprehend the
reference to
information.
understand what Darian talks about.
That's fair. But I was expecting to take the lead on this conversation, so this'll be interesting.
Yeah. All right.
Angela's thinking
I'll leave
back
us
about the
there.
embarrassing 26 word sending. I'm just like, fuck. Alright, I don't know where this bar is, so lead the way.
Follow me.
Yeah, that would be a you question. Yeah. Um,
You're the expert on this city.
Yeah. Henrik, you would know the Ball and Chain as run by somebody that was briefly in essentially prison here. The Ball and Chain is a kind of sarcastic nod to the prison system in Kavagon. As the owner and proprietor is a uh, known ex-con. Um, they weren't put in for like violent crime of, murder or anything of the sort. But it was a string of robberies and arsons. And that was pretty frowned upon. They were away for a good while, but now that they have gotten out, they've smartened up quite a bit. And they run a bit of a dive bar, though you do know that they keep a tight tight hold on the establishment, and there's not really a lot of illicit shit going on there. So you would know that Bjorn kind of has had an eye on them since you left the city. But it's kind of tucked away in a corner of town, and it was a relatively okay bet. Um, and you would know the way there pretty easily. It may take a little bit of remembering, but you haven't been gone, for eons. But yeah, you folks make your way to the Ball and Chain bar. Is anybody doing anything on the way, or are we just headed straight?
Um, I'm probably just kind of like flipping through my notes, trying to find the specific page and like bookmark it so I just at the ready, so I don't have to do that embarrassing fumbling.
Mm-hmm.
Getting all my papers set out for my presentation, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, to be an undergrad again.
No. No, thank you.
I'm just keeping an eye out for trouble. You've already had one of us be ambushed.
He's on my shoulder, it's okay.
The cat's right there.
Yes, the cat that's died twice now.
As to what's troubles, AC?
No!
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
If you're not PNG. Um, just and I will say, Henrik, you would know the owner and proprietor as Delaney.
Laney.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I should recognize that name enough from somewhere to make a joke about it, but I can't place it.
Damn.
Sometimes the implication of a joke is funny enough.
It'll have to do.
Alrighty.
We're off to meet Delaney at the Ball and Chain.
Yep. Yes, it's dawning on me now that it is so D name. It's fine. Alrighty, so you folks head off, and as I said, I do not currently have an image for this, so I'm just going to move us over to the splash screen
Yippee!
for Kalagan. So, you folks do come up on the Ball and Chain. It is kind of a squat establishment. The dive bar aspect of it is pretty evident. It's a low building with windows that you can see a bit of a warm light from. It's not, as if the bar is open, but you can see there's like a fire going on inside from like the fireplace. There's not, the building isn't on fire. Sorry, I just realized how that would sound. The building is burning.
Fuck, not again.
Sorry, I'm still recovering
You're
from
doing
illness.
great.
Anyways, the door is not standing open, but you can tell it is unlocked from a distance. And it does not appear as if there are any patrons coming and going at this time of the morning, which is not terribly uncommon. It is like literally 8 a.m. So the only folks that would be in the bar are those that are probably either fell asleep there the night previous or have a serious problem and should probably reconsider some things about their lives. So yeah, what's the group doing? You just headed right in, or?
Unless something's stated, then yeah, Angela's is gonna start towards the door.
I'll fall in behind. Again, still just keeping an eye out for trouble, both in the bar and in our surroundings.
Yep, very fair. Henrik, you haven't caught anything. It's early in the day. There are some people up and about heading to work, back and forth from homes. Nothing out of the ordinary for you. And Trouble the cat is still sitting on Angel's shoulder. So yeah, Angels, you lead the way inside. It is kind of a low-ceilinged, dim room. And what strikes you immediately after the description of it being a dive bar is it's really clean in here. Like it is bright, clean. You can smell, um, an astringent type of cleaner still in the air. And at first you kind of wonder, is it completely empty? And then you do notice there are two figures within this room, kind of at opposite ends. Sitting behind the bar is a taller and yet stocky woman. She has a pretty nasty scar crawling up one half of her face that looks to be a burn scar. Is just kind of quietly um, messing with a handful of glasses on the bar in front of her. Um, Looks up when you folks walk in and looks from you to the man sitting in front of the fire. There has been a table moved over in front of the fireplace, and you can see in a finely pressed burgundy suit, hat kind of tilted low over his face, already holding a glass of, can't quite tell from this angle, but of something. Again, first thing in the morning, with both boots up on a table and kind of leaned back in his chair is a tall, black-haired man that is completely unfamiliar to both Saga and Angelus, but will definitely ring a bell for Henrik. And you do notice that at a nearby table there is a spread of what looks.
You cut out. Oh god.
There is a breakfast spread out on one of the other tables. Darian does not have.
Darren doesn't have what?
Darian does not have his feet on. I'll turn my sensitivity up a bit. No problem. It's a fine line.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll
Yeah.
become easier soon.
Yeah.
It won't.
Oh,
No.
We'll try to put our desks in different rooms, but
we'll see about it. Anyways,
Yeah.
well, there's only one tall man with a breakfast laid out, so I'm just gonna start heading towards then over to that table, kind of clear my throat. Good morning. Darian, is it?
Oh, welcome. It isn't my favorite little group of people. Henrik, Nadia, pleasure to see you again. I know I've talked to you before. You're the math professor, correct?
Oh, Angela's tips of his ears go bright red. He's like, I apologize for that this morning. You
Giving you a
caught me by
shit-eating grin.
surprise.
Oh yeah, you do notice that immediately, Angelus. He is smiling, almost uncomfortably widely, like full, most of his teeth on display.
Yeah.
He does take his boots off of the table and stand. And you do realize at that point this man's tall.
I had to look up a
Like
little.
taller than you. Yeah, at least you'd probably place 6'3" ish. And he does offer you a hand.
Angela's
Must
going,
forgive me. The name is Darian Blackwood. I'm sure Henrik has told you all about me, but may I have your names?
it's a
He looks
pleasure.
at both you and Saga.
It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. And I'll like reach out and grab his hand. My name is Angela Swadron Agaran.
Saga
Pleasure to
Ushi.
How what?
Saga Ushi.
A pleasure, Saga. He will reach out to shake your hand as well.
I'll shake his hand.
Those who want to see it, I think space is
Yep.
provided from art.
No. Jesus.
Yeah.
But yes, for Saga and Angelus, he is tall, sharp features, longer hair, and a well trimmed goatee, dark brown eyes.
Oh my god, this didn't work out. Please, I just want to show this man.
You get Angelus?
There he is.
We do have an artwork from a friend of mine, who was kind enough to draw Darian for me.
Yep, I have him on the stream right now.
Oh, good.
Look
You
at.
can't just leave the art up there the whole time because it's gonna be
I'm
weird.
not. I'm just letting.
Okay,
I'm
good.
just letting there be enough time for people to soak it in. You know, see the hot man.
Jesus.
This man is a
Anyways.
vampire.
Please have a seat, everyone. Breakfast is ready.
Vampires.
Drinks are available if you want them. Ain't that right, Delaney?
Yes, sir. And the woman behind the counter kind of nods at him. And Henrik, you know Delaney. I will let you roll an insight on that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Ooh.
11 is enough to know Delaney's an ex-con. You've seen her physically pick up a man twice her size and remove him from this bar. She was booked for nonviolent crimes. It does not mean she is not a nonviolent person. And she has her head down, is very focused on her work. And the second Darian refers to her, is pretty keen to respond. You may draw from that information what you will with an 11.
I can't wait to kill this man.
Oh boy. Okay.
I will say, Delaney's also not a fantastic person, but that's fair.
It's not just that. I don't trust him and
Mm-hmm.
other stuff.
Fair enough.
That's
If I still
fair.
had all my gear, maybe I'd take a swing, but kind of got swept by my daughter.
Uh-oh.
I don't know why you're at me about this, man. You wrote that.
I know, and I don't regret it.
Mm.
All
But
right.
I roost am happy with it.
Fair enough.
I don't know, it doesn't seem like it.
Now, I believe y'all had some little artifacts, some little magical doohickey you wanted me to take a look at.
Kind of like looks back once more at Henrik specifically, like I'm about to say it. Stop me now. Last chance before nodding. Yes. So I'm a wizard, so I was the one who took the lead on this, figuring out what it is and everything like that, and I was the one who cast Identify on the item, and although I know that my spell worked, I don't understand anything that is in my head, and it is a very weird circumstance. But I'll kind of bring out the wrapped item and carefully unwrap it. Be careful not to touch it. So another really very interesting thing about this one is that when I actually touched it, I got very nauseous, as well as I attempted to cast Detect Magic on the just to figure things out. And I think it was mostly because of the area, but my vision just went completely black. I could not see anything, and I cast a magic earlier as I was heading in, and I was noting that kind of like shadow over the entire say the area. It had this kind of like not divine, but the opposite of it, but still godly in the sort um energy. But I wasn't able to drop concentration on my spells after that either. I had to wait out the entire duration for the spell to actually drop, and um, someone I had discussed this with earlier mentioned it was similar to something that happened to the dynasty, I believe it was. So I haven't had much time to do more research on this fact, but uh, just thought it'd be good to bring up. Um, but here's the item if you want to. I'm not. I was told that you're a spellcaster. Would you have identify as well, or?
Well, while I am a caster and capable of a great many things, the spell Identify is not one of them. However, if you would allow, I could poke around your head a little bit, and I do have Detect Thoughts. You could
I
show me.
was actually about to offer that. Funnily enough, um, yeah, I can do that. I do have a very keen memory, so I would be able to go through the scenario and the moment that I cast Identify, if you'd like. I'll just sit down for that though.
Kind of claps his hands together. All right, wonderful. The rest of you, uh, feel free to eat your breakfast. This might take a minute. Um, yeah, I think I would recommend sitting down.
Yeah, Angel's.
Detect Thoughts can be uncomfortable for some.
He was already pulling up a chair and sitting down and nodding.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Darian does sit down across from you. Um, and Angelus, are you going to resist the spell? I take it.
No.
Can I assume a no?
Yeah, it's a no.
Okay. Um, so the thing that strikes you is Darian does not have an incredibly visible style of casting. Um, what you do catch is like a snap of fingers, and Darian steeples his like fingertips together, and like stares at you. It is uncomfortable. It feels like he's trying to peel like your skin away and learn everything about you just from a glance. But you do feel that kind of cold intrusion of somebody looking directly into your head.
Mhm.
And as someone who's never experienced that before, he's correct. It is wildly uncomfortable.
Yeah, like there's like a visible shiver. It's like, but I'll probably close my eyes and I'm going to um start remembering the scenario. I'm gonna specifically kind of like remember the um what the ritual looked like, and kind of just like walk through that, us examining me. I'll skip me jotting it down because it's not really necessary. But then casting my magic, casting Identify, and then casting Detect Magic after that as well.
Mm. Gotcha.
And then I'll like
Uh,
after that kind of like context, I'll start thinking about what I learned. And like like Angel's eyebrows are like furrowing because like, he's thinking of the information, but he doesn't understand it. It's really frustrating.
Well, let me tell you something. You are actually more correct about this object than you may realize. You are correct in it being divine, but the whole problem with it being kind of unidentifiable is that it is more or less raw magic. It does not have a school of any type attached to it. It is
Whoa.
this is pure. This is the stuff of creation right here.
God like looks at it and is like, oh,
You can, I think, with time, you may be able to understand more of it, or if you want, you could just let me take a look at it for a little bit. I could take care of that for you.
Mm.
But
I will say that he does reach out and pick it up barehanded,
yeah.
and does not seem to have an adverse reaction to it as he kind of turns it over in his hand.
And just like kind of like cocks his head at this, but he's very like interested, listening.
Now, given that it is the sort of raw magic creation, it's probably linked or tethered in some way to some divine being. Could be some kind of tag or tether, something, because it wouldn't have much purpose otherwise. It doesn't have a school attached to it.
Right.
It just exists.
Because of what I've been told by this by Henrik about this man, I am going to insight check this.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I
What
was
are you looking
actually
for?
about to
Go for it.
say.
Please.
Uh,
Yes.
oh, cool. I was
Damn.
about to say I was gonna do that as well, but more of like a general insight check about, well, what the fuck is up with this guy?
What a vibe.
I'd roll it. But yeah, Angels, what are you looking for in particular?
I'm just like seeing like if this is him like holding back information because he wants the item or anything of the sort, or if he's being truthful.
What's he lying about?
Yeah, what's up with him?
With
He's
a
got
nat
something
20,
wrong with him very clearly.
oh, absolutely. With a nat 20, Angelus, you can tell that you've seen this kind of in yourself, that raw curiosity, which is a little bit surprising to see on a man like Darian. He is at least 20 years your senior, and well, probably more closer to 10. He doesn't look that old. Um, and with the
Older
way he's
man.
kind of
Shut
turning
the
that
fuck
over in his hand, you can tell he's shared what he knows. That this is like the raw energy of creation, which with a 25 probably means this was not like a crystal plucked from the ground. This was created.
Mhm.
And artifacts like that are, I mean, that's not a thing.
Yeah.
Is like, gifts that gods give to their followers are usually intangible, untradeable. This is a very physical object, but he has shared what he can glean from what you know. He is pretty obviously interested in learning more about it, and probably with a 20, you could tell, definitely will take this off of your hands if you'll let him. But it is more of that just kind of academic curiosity that you've seen in yourself many times.
Okay. So as much as I personally would love for you to learn more about that, it is also part of the group, so I'm not able to make the decision on my own. I'm sure you understand. Um, and so like I'll look over at the group, kind of like, please.
Why don't you take time to look at it together?
As much as I would love that, I don't know how much help I'll be. I'm still very new to the whole spellcasting everything, so
And that's why you learn. Best to learn by doing.
I mean that is
Oh.
true.
I will say I am also a busy man. I'm gonna have to get back to Ovanth after this, so I don't know if we're gonna be able to take the time to study this thing together. See,
Like Angelus is like excitement. He's like, "Oh, you are right. I should learn." And then he's like, "Oh, right."
Well, aren't we planning to go to Avanth next? We've talked about it a bit, haven't we?
Are we?
I am.
You have things to wrap up here in the city first, but it's a possibility.
Can I get the map pulled up again, DM?
Sure. Not entirely sure what you folks mean by headed back to Avanth, but you are welcome to go wherever. It's a big
I'm
world.
not sure either.
Pretty sure we've talked about
Can you
it.
ping where Ovanth is again?
Ovanth is down here in Thania.
And
Because
where's
Just
there's
where-
a lot of things in
You
Avanth.
guys are up here.
and where's Ionium?
There are a lot of things in Avanth. Ionium is here.
So it is closer.
Yes.
So, I mean,
Wait, I'm not from.
Oh, maybe Saga didn't ask. Saga's going to Ovanth next. Bye, party.
Bye. Time to get a new character
Damn.
in.
This is something I decided on. I forgot to say anything about it.
Oh.
That's really funny. I also did just remember. I don't think that Angelos was from Ionium. I know that he was going to Ionium because he wanted to go to school. I do
Yes.
not remember the original place that he's from.
I believe you're from Midthania-ish. Which is here.
Yeah, I think so because wasn't there like a magic school like from with elves up here?
Shoyan has one, yes, but you would not have been eligible, I don't believe.
We'll talk about this later. Well, I think this for later, but I mean, I am looking to get to Ionium and kind of closer, but it'd also get me back home, so that'd be a little closer to. But either that's not the conversation to have right now. So at the moment, I think it's nice to be able to pass it off, and I'm kind of like looking at the party for this. Um, pass off the artifact to Blackwood and let him do the investigating about it. Get it, and hopefully we can get some more information about it. I do have sending, and now that I've met you, I'll be able to contact you. Though, brief pause. I am curious. How were you able to cast sending to me, earlier this morning?
You good?
Hold on. Messaging.
Secrets.
Messaging back and forth.
Secrets.
Yeah, you see another a little bit of a shit-eating grin across his face again. Just another smirk. Well, I've met the two of them, and he points at Henrik and Nadia.
So you used crying?
He snaps his finger and points at you. Bingo. You happen to be in the metaphorical frame, and I figured I'd talk to you
Fair
as
enough.
well.
Fair enough. That is a great. Sorry, somebody's screaming in my fucking apartment and it startled me. Anyways.
screaming will do that.
Yeah, it really does. Like I expected that I thought you might have been on that. I was just a bit surprised as to how that happened. But yeah, I suppose if I'm in the metaphorical frame, then it would make it easier to recognize me as a person. Because I was considering casting sending back to finish my sentence, but I was a bit hesitant because I don't think I would have been able to get back to you this morning. I never actually seen you. I don't think it's good enough to go just by name.
Well, that's I guess you could say part of the fun. Had a feeling that might mess with you just a little bit.
It certainly did. I'll say that much. Wasn't expecting a call this early this morning.
Did I wake you up?
No, I was awake. I was doing the watch, but it did startle me. I wasn't expecting sending from anyone. So I
It's
broke my needle. What?
Huh?
I just
Like in real life?
I snapped my needle in betwixt my fingers, like in half.
Damn.
What the fuck? Sorry. That scared the shit out of me. Anyways, I'll stop sewing, I guess. What were you saying?
I,
We all got
okay,
sidetracked with the broken needle.
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay.
Superhuman strength. We're talking about waking up in the morning, sending,
Oh, yeah.
getting startled.
Well, I do apologize for startling you.
Oh no, it's fine.
Wasn't my intent, but
Don't worry about it. So,
Now,
if there's
hmm,
nothing else that you're really able to glean off of the artifact, I was just curious about you in general. Uh, I am a person who's very fascinated by all sorts of magic, and if do you mind me asking how you come across your magic? I know that there's people who study it, and all that, ones who are more innate with their magic or are gifted with it. Um, is it alright if I ask about yours and how your experience with magic and everything and all that was sort? He's just like big
hmm,
bright eyes, like very excited, just like
well, like yourself, a lot of effort, a lot of time and effort went into procuring what magics I have. You just keep going down that path, and one day you might be I, as powerful the word I suppose I could be, as powerful of a caster as myself.
I really appreciate that. I just I suppose knowledge is power in a sort of a manner, so
Oh, absolutely, absolutely it is.
it's good to meet others that think the same way. But I suppose I shouldn't take up too much of your uh
Well, we do have. I'm not here just for the 10 minutes of this conversation.
that's her.
I did book this bar this morning for a some more time in the morning. I got a couple hours here.
And just like
I
eyes
believe
go
you had
wide a
some.
little bit, like he booked the entire bar. This man got money.
Yeah, the bar is still empty.
Yeah, it is empty.
Listen, Angela's like, oh, it's just the early morning. It's fine.
Mm.
No one's
Angel
gonna be
Tanaka
drinking at
doesn't
8
know
a.m.
about alcoholics.
He is blissfully hopeful that that the people are doing okay in the city,
Yeah.
despite everything
Uh,
going on.
Now this crystal here is, I know, the priority object, but I believe you had some other strange phenomena you had some questions about.
I don't remember what Nadia fucking said. I'm gonna scroll up.
Something about a fog.
Did we mention that?
Thought you did.
Nadia mentioned a lot of things.
Nadia did mention a lot of things, and also, did you go over the fog in your recalling of the events,
Mm,
Angelus, or was it just the ritual stuff?
I think it was mostly the ritual stuff.
Okay.
But if we're saying that Nadia brought it up, then I will bring it up as well. Um, yes, the fog. So, so it was by the time we finished all with that, it was already the evening. So we're hoping that we could have made it by, but we've been dealing with this fog creeping up on us for a couple hours now. And when Henrik tried to open the door, it quite literally lunged at him and tried to grab him. Thankfully, he was able to get out of the way. Um, but when we were trying to one more time to get out, we're hiding and nothing. When we were hiding and out of the view, it seemed that nothing was able to grab at us or look to try. But when I sent out my familiar Trouble, and he'll kind of like reach up to give a little chin scratch, um, not only did nothing actually try to harm the cat, I heard a whisper, um, and the exact wording was,
I'm imagining Angelus like paging through a notebook.
It's also just him paging through his fucking head. Fucking keen mind.
Mm.
You are supposed to be here. Run home in the morning, hatchling.
Run home in the morning, hatchling.
Yeah. We kind of got the confirmation that it's most likely some sort of druidic magic in the sort of is like fog cloud or something of the sort, but we don't know anything that would control it or speak through it. Oh, and there was like a scent of death as thought, I think it was. It was just very visceral scent. Um,
We also have a name.
you're so right. Yes. So actually, previous to that, when we actually first arrived to this the place, not only did we see the just proper dead body, which people haven't seen in weeks, there was also a wraith, and I made a decision, and I actually was able to get a name from it. Um, and it mentioned being betrayed by, it's Idris, right?
Idris.
Idris.
It's a
It,
harder I.
it was Idris. It was this wraith was betrayed by Idris, and it just was so angry and hurt by that it wouldn't let that go. So I haven't been able to find anything about that.
Well, gotta tell you, I don't know too much about the Wraith. 'Cause if it's racing, then that's crazy in these times. But as for the fog, you are absolutely correct. It's probably some type of druidic magic. They can manipulate the weather. They can manipulate the water and and spells with the right amount of effort and a certain amount of power yourself can be altered. But I have not heard of weather being manipulated to reach out and grasp it. But I think it certainly is possible.
Would you have any ideas of like what kind of strings of topics to research on it to see if I could find an answer? I'm a little bit stumped on like what to look for. Like, yes, I could just look in general for druidic magic and weather controlling magic, but it just feels like that's not specific enough.
Well, in terms of paths of research to go down, I'd say, well, possibly, of course, druidic magics,
Mm-hmm.
transmutation might be one of them if it's actually altering the spells. Um, it's, he takes a sip from a drink. Um, as for as for that name, Idris, you said,
With
is
yeah,
that correct?
Idris, yeah.
Now, I've done some research myself. I am also a scholarly type, and I've been to the dynasties. I don't know if you're familiar. Um, and that is a name that I've caught in passing in some of the ruins. Uh, some fella relating to the Iron King. I think some mage under him.
Interesting.
Uh, that is quite interesting. I haven't heard or read that name in a long time.
And like he's like jotting this down in his book. Um, you can see this atrocious note taking.
Just kind of leans over the book. How in the hell do you read any of that?
So it's actually absolutely fantastic. It's a great way to save space. So I write horizontally first, and then I actually turn the book 90 degrees and just type vertically. And so if I ever need to read one side of the page, then I just turn it vertically or horizontally, and it once you get used to it, it's actually very easy to read. Fantastic for space reading, saving space in your actual notebook, so you don't have this like large book that's like covered of added pages and everything that you can barely close it or put in your backpack. And it has the added benefit of nobody wants to try to read it. It's fantastic.
You can see the like confusion and slight frustration on his face. It goes from that to like more of a smirk and more like a look of like kind of impressed. Like, you know what? If that works for you, and if you can double the amount of information, good job.
Exactly. I double the information that I can keep within a book without
Yeah.
actually expanding it. It's fantastic.
I I gotta say, I can't read it though. I can't read any of that shit.
Again, fantastic protection system. Somebody actually has to sit down and try to read it, and by the time I actually come by, I'll probably catch them in the act.
I might have to use that myself. That's a mighty good piece of. Sorry, I realized I didn't pick up on there.
You're good. You're good. You're going a little too whispery.
That's a little bit. Like I'm trying to make him sound like contemplative.
Yeah.
Like he's actually talking. Like he's actually talking to you instead of me yelling into a mic to actually be heard.
Ah!
Um, okay. Um,
I just heard Space yell at you.
yeah, they were informing me that they're not talking right now, so I can turn my sensitivity back down.
Back up, you mean?
Back whichever direction. I bring the bar left on Discord. And that's yeah, that is mighty useful. All right, so we've dealt with the crystal, we've dealt with the fog.
I'm gonna look over at Henrik and I'm just gonna do that little mind link thing. Hi, Henrik. In my dear little head, is it alright if I bring up the amulet, or would you rather not? That's something we've been hiding in general, but it might be useful.
You're right, it might be useful. And who knows? If he goes looking into this source, it might draw attention away from us and onto him.
Exactly. I'm gonna bring it up then. Okay, bye. I'm gonna drop it. So, there was one more item that we ended up finding, and I again cast Identify on it, and this one I actually was able to process and everything. It was sort of. It's similar to a Sending Stone, but there were rules to it, and very necromantic in, um, in nature, but, it was sort of it's like a communion, but it wasn't just one way. It worked both ways, not just one. So it wasn't just the person talking to their god or anything of the sort. It was the god could also reach out to them. Personally, I wanted to try it, but my group did wisely stop me from doing that. So I just thought it'd be interesting to bring up that that was also an item that we found with the everything else. And a cauldron of blood. There was an infinite cauldron of blood. That was concerning.
Sounds like you all found quite the haul.
It was a lot. There's a lot happening. Did you actually make anything of those ritual symbols, by the way? I also do have a sketch of them as well, and I'll flip it to the correct page, and it'll just be like one page dedicated to the sketches, and push it over to him.
He will lean over and start observing.
Like I was getting the sort of the thing of like scripts that priests or something of the sort would be writing, but this is not my expert study place. It's not really what I studied, so I'm not too familiar with it. I started studying it.
Now, I don't know how much you're able to glean from this already, but
Not much.
to me, this looks like some kind of spell for communication. But now, this ain't your typical message. This is on a way larger scale. Like a really loud signal. This is screaming out to whoever is on the other end. Probably hence why you need such he holds up the crystal again, powerful artifacts.
And so much.
To focus that.
Did they? So it could be, like, in theory, like a mass message or something of the sort communicating with everyone in the cult or something of the sort?
It cold? Oh,
Or
right.
a
I forget
group?
you want to. Well,
He used to send a message across the plains.
Could it be across the bay?
like I said, I think this is I don't think this is loud in the sense that it's for many people to hear, but it's could possibly grab the attention of something big. It's as far as I can tell, this is pointing up.
That's not great.
Real loud message pointing at the sky.
Aliens.
Yes, it's aliens.
It's
Definitely.
perhaps whatever was contacted may have been responsible for this aug maybe, or the creepy wraith's agony.
See that.
There are beings out there that you don't want to mess with. And maybe they got the attention of the wrong one.
Question is that what their goal was?
Beats me.
Would you know anything about constructs?
Well, I know they were used in that war 1,000 years ago.
I meant like I'm assuming he means like Warforged constructs. DM.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just like, I more so meant the ones that people the ones that you kind of build together with body parts. Not the Warforged.
Oh, like a flesh golem type.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
I used to know of someone who could make those real nasty creatures. It takes a powerful caster and a lot of effort and a lot of meat. A lot of meat.
Would you?
What about several made from purely arms?
Well, see, there's usually some kind of blueprint for making flesh golems, and they're built more or less like people. I haven't seen any like that. There's usually like a book or something for crafting golems in particular. Never heard of a like a spaghetti arm mass or something. Whatever you. That's. I'm surprised one of those would even function.
It didn't really function
Oh.
well.
Hmm.
Um,
So you encountered one of them?
2, 3 actually.
3.
Yeah. Worst part, I could sense the consciousness of each person it was connected to, and that sucked.
So hold on a minute. You said you connected with this wraith being, right?
Yeah,
And then you connected to this massive limbs.
as well as a deathless person.
You you are making a lot of bad decisions with that.
Yes, but I've gotten a lot of information out of it, and a lot more
You know what?
progress than a lot of people have done.
That is entirely fair. You know what? Yeah, I respect that.
I
Um,
logically I know that it's not great decisions, but without it I wouldn't know the name Idris, and I now wouldn't know that it's as a mage from the dynasty. And I do need to ask, actually speaking of Idris, do you know how long ago this mage was around?
well, like I said, he had connections to the Iron King, so same time as that guy.
How long ago was that, DM?
Sorry, I was muted.
You're good.
You know that the dynasty fell about 1,000 years ago. Anyone that was alive at that point in time is long dead. I mean, there are still elves and dwarves that are like, there may be elves around who were around for the dynasty. They would have been very young. And there are dwarves that like their parents or grandparents may have been involved, but a tiefling would not have the lifespan for that. And you know that anyone that the Iron King, from like history lessons as a kid, anyone that the Iron King had in his close personal circles would have been a tiefling.
Okay. I jot
As
down my
for
theory.
your massive limbs, from what I know, necromancy would probably be able to work on those,
And
but
that's what like
it,
there's a code of necromancy over the entire city. It's like a little fog. I was more
mm,
so asking. So that is how Nadia was almost grabbed, and what she saw was like different colored pieces of skin and like very bruised. But we're our theory is that people who are getting taken, they're getting taken to the sewers. But the only thing that we found that would lead to the sewers was a very small grate. And what I'm wondering is that would like a like a flesh golem or any other sort of thing like the built as a human, um, be able to like fit into a very small space because it doesn't care about pain?
Like a rat.
Yeah,
I mean, theoretically, um, sure. As for your massive limbs, as I was saying, necromancy could allow it to keep its movement, but given the whole deathlessness thing going on, it's probably still attached to its original owner in some kind of weird way.
yeah, it was.
The fog over the city is I've noticed it. I noticed it on the way in. It's frankly gross. I want to smell
Yeah.
like death on my way out, but at this point I might not have a choice. Um, and as for your friend squishing into a grate like a rat or a cockroach, I don't see why not. If this person has I guess limbs grafted onto them and they're not worried about pain, and it's already dead. It's already dead flesh. Can't really be killed again.
So then I could grab whatever organs or pieces of limbs of the person that it grabbed and then push into it. They don't need to take the whole person back. I just have pieces of it. Okay. I just realized I've been talking a lot. Did you, Saga, Henrik, do you have anything to chip in or say? I know that we're agreeing that I'll take the lead. I didn't mean to completely overtake the conversation, though.
I think you covered everything well.
Just trying to remember if there's anything else.
Yeah, anything from Saga?
Saga's been killed by cat.
I'm here.
Did you have any questions?
I said not particularly, no.
Ah,
This aspect of things is not really Saga's expertise.
very fair.
Let me scroll Discord tab to see if they. He didn't. I well, that's kind of. I can't remember if there's any.
Yeah, I think we covered everything we wanted to with Darian, with Nadia not being here.
Hmm.
Well, you've covered all of the, I think the topics that you said you were going to speak about with him. Is there anything else that you'd like to speak to him about?
I'm looking.
You know what? This is a whim, but I want to make an insight check. Was he flirting with Angelus?
Sure, please make an insight check.
Very low DC.
Oh my god. He no.
No.
uh Henrik, you would know, you are older obviously than the other people in your group. You can kind of tell more that Darian only looks like mid-30s, but he's definitely older. And this is a more paternal interest. This is kind of the when you see yourself in a younger person and you're like, "Oh, I know exactly how you work because I used to work like that." This is not flirting, no.
No.
Just should follow this man, become and just become immortal probably.
Hmm. Hopefully, Angelus doesn't get too close with him before I have to kill him.
Oh my god.
You're so determined to kill him.
Literally, what did he
Yes.
do? He's only been nice to you guys so far.
It's a trap.
I like
and
him.
I think if the
And
person's
as we all
hot,
know,
you like
first
them,
impressions
Saga.
never change. They're always right.
Mm-hmm.
Can I vibe check
Murder
him? See,
is
like,
a valid answer.
do I feel unsafe?
Sure. That
'Cause,
would
like,
also just be an insight.
yeah. Because I was told, oh my god!
That is your second nat 20 in a row.
Holy shit, Noel.
Both insight.
Yeah, both insights.
my-
Angels knows so much about Darian.
I can read him like a book.
If you're just looking for the general vibe, you don't feel unsafe. He seems genuinely interested in the conversation, and is fairly relaxed. Like he's not, you notice that while a lot of people kind of have their head on a swivel nowadays, he very much does not. He's pretty just chill. Despite the bar being empty, it doesn't feel like dangerous. You're pretty comfortable.
I found like a like-minded soul. I'm like, oh, this is exciting. I found my new best friend. Hey, bestie. Yeah, Angel's is like at the very back of the head. It's like, hey, I remember this man smuggles is probably a criminal, but he's so cool and interesting.
Nothing wrong with a little smuggling.
Yeah, we have established his crimes are smuggling and potentially drug trading. Although the drug trading
That
is
we know
probably
of.
front. That's fair.
He's probably doing it for the greater good, right, guys?
Definitely.
Honestly, apart from Angel's wanting to kind of just ask, like, oh, what are your suggestions for studying and like finding new magic and that kind of stuff, there's not really anything else that's relevant to the artifact or anything like that.
Okay.
I feel like I'm just kind of like with this like kind of like wrapping down like the serious topic. So I'll look back at my party again. So again, we haven't really decided on where the crystal's going. Frankly, it'd be kind of nice not to have it on in my backpack. Now knowing that it is what it is, so
Yeah, you have a feeling that's
bad.
that's gonna cause problems at some point.
Yeah. I personally don't want to have a literal bullseye in my backpack, so I think it'd be a great move to pass it up to Mr. Blackwood, but Mr. Blackwood. In the end, I'm not making a decision without the input of you two.
Henrik will
You go first.
go ahead, Saga.
No, you go first. I said it first, so it's your turn.
Just pulls out greatsword.
Oh no.
Okay. Henrik will just give a nod in agreement. Still, like, he's definitely been side-eyeing Blackwood this
Side-eye.
entire time. And
Hold on a minute. Hold on.
Now wait a damn minute.
What are you giggling about? Jesus.
Me?
Yeah.
Uni?
What are you doing?
Who's typing?
that that would be the two DMs. Uh,
They're whispering.
They're conspiring against us.
they're exactly.
Let's revolt.
Yeah.
You're giving him the side eye. I think he does take notice and say what's what's with that face you're making there, Henrik? Why you giving me a side eye? I don't know how to say that in like subtle way.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
Hmm. I have lived this long by being suspicious, especially when I haven't had a reason to be.
I think that's a good way to think about things.
What's there to be suspicious of here? I've been nothing but helpful to you folks. We've
You can
had
be
good,
helpful and
honorable
still be
deals.
suspicious. You should know that.
With fair
You know
point.
I know it.
Very fair indeed.
And just because we think you're a little suspicious doesn't mean we don't like you. At least not in some of our opinions. So I guess taken to mirroring the accents of people who speak around her, and I don't know if I'm upset
It's the
about that
actor.
actually.
It's the actor in her, or the
Yeah.
writer.
That's actually gonna be in character now. She just
Yeah.
mimics. She acts. She just sort of chameleons with you guys.
I love that. She
Well, give her
parrots.
some time. I might take a shine to you all as well. If we continue to have amicable business such as this.
Well, I'm not opposed to giving you the item for the time being. I plan to go to return to head off to events next. I don't know about the rest of you. We could check up on what you've learned then.
Nice job.
Depending. And being helpful hasn't stopped people from trying to steal my liver in the past.
I'll kind of like look at him like,
That's
actually,
true.
like they actually tried to take your liver.
Mm. Yeah. Organ smugglers.
Okay.
Job went bad.
Well, lucky for you, Henrik, I ain't no organ dealer.
Never too late to
Mm.
pick up a new craft. So I could clearly said that as a joke. Uh,
You got a smile out of him. Now, you mentioned going to an event after this. The city is sealed right now. How do you plan on getting out?
the city? Well,
Kavagan, the place we're at right
yeah,
now.
that's what I was doing. For a second when you said that, in my brain I was like, event is sealed too? Why are all these cities sealed? Uh,
Shutting down across the world.
Why is the city sealed? Stop having it be closed. Open the door.
I mean,
Sorry, that's a dated fucking reference. Oh my god.
are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm sure there's ways out. We'll find them, or I will.
Are you going by yourself?
I don't know yet.
Hmm.
I mean, in the end, I would like to leave Kavagon in general. I'm not didn't exactly come here to move here. Uh, it was kind of just a pit stop, so I would like to leave as well.
Well, I will say Kavagan being sealed is less than great for my own business. So if any of y'all are working towards getting that fixed, I'd be willing to help. But
I would be interested in that.
Would it get us in jail? I already
Again?
experienced. I really don't want to go there again. I already experienced it once, and that feels like enough.
Can't
ponders.
go back.
And just like at this point, kind of just like petting Trouble, just kind of like
well, I can tell you a few things. In terms of some resources I may be able to provide, I could get you some scrolls if you need them. Just need to know what kind of basically what you're looking for.
Angel's interested immediately.
Um, I could point you in a couple of directions to look. I could also tell you that getting in with some certain high people in the city might be good to opening this place back up. Can't really get much done if you're working exclusively with people in the slums.
You have information to share, or can point us to somebody who does. You about tapped out the information from official sources, as well as something like a map of the sewers.
Well, like I said, I can probably point you in the right directions, or what I believe the right direction to be. I am aware of how these systems work, but this is a business relationship after all. It's going to cost you.
One day it'll be something more.
Does Saga say that out loud?
No!
Okay, good.
She's thinking it though. Can you read minds? Maybe. If he can
As
read
far
minds,
as you're aware, he's not actively reading your mind.
How long
if
does
he can
Detect
read
Thoughts last?
minds,
It's only
he's
like a
got
minute.
some interesting things to listen to from a saga right now.
Oh boy.
I'm checking Detect Thoughts.
Fucking Saga
I
is
think
like,
it's 10 minutes.
hot man.
Yeah.
10 minutes?
1 minute.
It's 1 minute.
Yeah.
Detect magic is 10 minutes, I believe.
Tech thoughts being 10 minutes would
No.
rule.
Is it
For
yes.
only the spellcaster.
Yes,
Yep.
detect magic
Definitely
is
been.
10.
Yeah, Detect Thoughts is 1 minute, so
Yeah.
well, Darian's not getting whatever crazy commentary is going on in Saga's brain right now.
Damn. Unless he kept
Potentially.
casting.
He might have. You don't know.
It's probably a sorcerer.
That's fair.
No, maybe.
Yeah,
I
subtle
guess,
spell.
But
Potentially.
I just kind of like looks at her
Seems
like,
fair.
are you going to actually give a price, or is it going to be like, oh, give whatever we think is worth that transaction price thing?
Well, you could present me with whatever your price would be, or whatever you think it would be worth, and I will judge for myself and give you an answer as to whether
Is
or
it
not
monetary? I really hope it's not monetary.
It could be, or he leans on the table. If you haven't got anything right now, we could do an IOU or a favor.
I'm alright with
I
that.
feel like the chance to study the stuff of creation is worth quite a bit, isn't it?
But I feel like that's in payment for him actually coming out here and actually answering our questions.
Bingo. That deal's already been made. This is the new one.
A favor does feel like a heavy.
You could call it an IOU.
And there wouldn't be
Whatever you
limits
want.
to that IOU.
Well, for a chunk of information, I'm not gonna ask you to go like assassinate some high political person. No, no. The favor will be within range of the worth of this information.
So Saga's ready. Henrik?
I do reserve the right to call in that favor when I please, though.
What do you think, Henrik? Go with what are you more experience with all this kind of environment?
Well, you did just cut the ground from under me when I was trying to make a deal about the stone.
I'm sorry! It would have been brought up anyways!
Yeah, but if I could have done some arguing if you hadn't immediately given in.
I'm sorry. Andros may have 20 intelligence, but he's not the best at this.
Don't have the wisdom to
He's
back
book
it.
smart, not street smart.
Yes, he
Yeah.
actually has 15 wisdom.
Not enough.
Gonna get one more point in there.
So, yeah.
Henrik will once again just nod. Either Blackwood isn't as bad as he suspects, or he's gonna kill him anyways. So
So you're agreeing to give Darian Blackwood a favor for later?
Yeah.
within reason.
All right. All right. It's a deal then.
Equal value.
No.
With that, Angels, he does extend a hand to you.
To me?
Again, yeah.
Oh, it's a lot of responsibility. But yeah, I guess I'll reach out and shake his hand.
You're about to have Diaz cast on you.
What the fuck?
This is bum 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 bum. Are you ready?
No! Wait,
Are you ready?
wait, we're gonna get fucking
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh God.
The thing
Well, he
rocks
shakes
and
a
rolls.
horse in his hand.
Anyways,
Another-
that aside,
like after they shake, it's like
Angelus just becomes trouble.
fuck. So with that kind of out of the way, would it be all right if I am able to cast sending to you with questions about some things, maybe like who to look for, that kind of stuff? I don't know how much information you'll be able to give us now. I figured it'd be nice to get the okay.
Yeah, I think I'd be amicable to that. Yes, you may send me your questions. However, the information I'm going to provide to you now will give you it'll keep you busy.
That's fine. I just wanted to kind of get it off the table instead of me having to cast sending and ask and then proceed with another sending to ask the question. So, and
So,
yep.
some lines of investigation for y'all. First of all, have any of y'all met one of the Deathless in this city?
Sorry, he's asking if we've met a Deathless?
Yep.
Oh, well, met one with the head cut off.
They weren't
One that
super
you
up to
can
talking.
One that you can speak to, an operative person.
I'm aware.
Precisely. Henrik and Nadia here would know that in Ovanth, those poor unfortunate souls are being kind of cordoned off into a specific section of the city. Where are they here?
Wasn't there a section that we were told to avoid, or is that just because of the danger there?
that was the danger there.
That was
And
the
also,
riots.
yeah, that was the riots.
Never mind, I take it back.
So where are they putting all their Deathless? That's something you could find out. What are they doing different to Ovanth and what some of the other cities are doing right now? Second, who is benefiting from keeping secrets? As you said, knowledge is power. It's a very powerful thing. Who's benefiting from keeping secrets in this city and how? And for the third, which I think is a little more obvious, the city is hazed in necromancy. You found balls of limbs with some pretty, according to the golem creators that I've known in the past, some pretty powerful magics. So there must be a pretty powerful caster in this city, and if so, where are they? But before you say anything, no, it's not me. I just got here.
I was literally thinking that as a joke.
That's really
I was
fucking
like,
funny.
Is it you? That's what I was thinking.
Oh my god, he actually has tech thoughts of a Mayanad!
What? Yes, he
Yes.
does.
He held a finger up to Saga. Okay, first of all, it's not me. I got here this morning. I'm very busy in Ovanth.
Funny.
That is really funny.
And I haven't been able to wrench any info out of the guards here. They're pretty difficult to blackmail. So getting in with the nobles is probably a pretty good ticket to getting the info that you need.
I'm jotting this all down, kind of like doing a list.
Good. Now, there are no other questions.
I think I have one last one. It's about Idris again. Do you think that there be any possibility of him an apprentice or anything of the sort? Someone to carry things on? Because it's just really weird to me that there is a wraith here talking about Idris from the dynasty.
Based on the based purely on the lifespans of tieflings, as far as I know, none of them would have lasted until today. And
What about
anybody
druids, though?
associated with the Iron King in general was pretty much executed after the war.
Okay.
So unlikely, in my
Then-
professional opinion.
Then follow up. Because of these things, like the things that we found being apparent in the dynasty, do you think somebody might have transported it from there?
It is a possibility.
Because if wraiths haven't been a thing, like because of the whole Deathless thing, who's to say that this isn't a wraith from dynasty? Sense for cursing out Idris then.
Sorry, could you repeat that last bit?
Oh, sorry. Uh, I won't be able to do. Oh god, my brain is already have left the fucking. Uh, Angela said because the wraith of the deathless haven't been around, or because the deaths have been around, there hasn't been really anything dying. So the wraith coming from the dynasty would make sense, especially because there's the fog and everything else that appeared at the dynasty. Could they be transporting it here? Is essentially the vibe.
Again, potentially, I don't see a reason why not. Um,
It was worth a shot asking. I figured
yeah.
I don't really know many people who know about that giant. Could actually possibly message my professor to ask if there's. It's kind of like mumbling to himself and now like writing down some more ideas. That's the only thing that really popped up during the conversation. I don't really have anything else to ask. Again, thank you so much for coming over to answer these questions for us, sir.
Of course. My pleasure. It's sometimes nice to get out.
And thank you for the breakfast, despite our earlier communication.
Of course. Delaney, can you help clean this up?
She kind of startles a little bit and just, yes, sir, of course.
I'll start like stacking the plates to make it a little bit easier, try to help her out.
She does come over and like gives you a nod at that.
Yeah. If you have concluded business with Darian, do you leave him? Do you leave the ball and chain?
I think so.
Anything else you want to do before you leave?
I cast Mage
Yeah.
Armor. I want to
I won't
state,
tell you no.
huh?
I said I won't tell you no.
I don't want to risk it. I want to state it so we know that I've cast it.
Okay.
What's troubles, AC?
Leave him alone.
It's gonna be the new campaign meme. That's what it's gonna be.
Please leave him alone. He's trying his best.
Never.
What'd you say?
Never.
No.
Alright. If you all leave the ball and chain, where are you going?
I'm assuming it's time for our meeting.
Not quite yet. You have some time to kill, but you can also make your way in that direction if you would like.
Yeah, Andros was just like really excited, poring over his new notes. Like, that was actually a really productive conversation. I don't understand your reservations about him. It's absolutely fantastic what we were able to learn, and we actually have the possibility of learning more from this crystal. This was productive. This went great. And we got breakfast out of it.
You did get free breakfast if you guys ate.
I was absolutely munching.
Mm-hmm. Darian did not. He was drinking what looked like potentially an old fashioned, but was still chattering with you.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's his choice.
Very fair.
I did not eat the food he offered.
Oh god, am I poisoned?
Saga, did you have breakfast?
Yes.
Well, now I'm getting nervous.
Noted. Alrighty. So is Angelus is chattering. Does anyone actually respond to him?
To Angelus?
Just ignore
Yes.
the wizard.
Give me a moment.
Take your time. Get some water.
Yeah, don't die.
Don't do it. It's legal. Not again.
You don't tell me what to do.
Fuck you.
Okay, then
No, fuck you.
die.
You're not my dad.
I will die, and you can't stop me.
That sounds like a you issue.
That's so correct and also so threatening.
What we need to do is we need to say the opposite of what we want him
Fine,
to
go
do.
ahead. Go die. See if I care.
I will, and you'll be sorry.
Shit, you figured it out. Anyways, are you guys gonna let just
So,
Angelus ramble mindlessly as you guys are walking?
Yeah, but I don't
for a
think I'm
little
gonna be
bit, and
listening.
then
I will say, Angelus is looking at his
Oh.
book and not where he's walking, so.
That's funny.
Don't let him walk. He's just like he sees like somebody ahead of him, and he's following that like whoever's ahead of him, like their boots or like their
Just
coat.
every once in a while, Saga would like tug him
Make sure.
out of like some oncoming person or
Quack,
like
quack,
a wall.
quack, quack.
Oh, thank you. Anyways, and then
I should
continues.
just pick you up and put you on my shoulders.
We'd be very tall then,
That would be funny.
because you're 6'2" or something like that, right?
Like 6'3".
Hold on, we have a Discord with the heights. God damn it, the fucking notification didn't work that we went. That's annoying.
Yeah, she's 6'3".
6. Yeah, she is. So we would be a very tall bitch. But yeah, like every time you pull him out of the way, he's just like, "Oh, thank you," and then goes back to his like ramblings.
Fucking funny.
Yeah. So after our next meeting, which actually, do either of you have much
Hmm?
history speaking with rich folk?
I mean they. No, I went to more of a community college, so there weren't really rich folk at the community college. And I mean, there might have been a few people that came by to buy my family's items. I doubt it because they're more little tourism trinkets and things to make your life at home. Doubt it. So no, I'm just gonna say no. I don't have experience with
I have.
that. Really?
Seems so
Are you
surprised.
rich?
Um,
Are you the rich folk that you've talked with?
not yet. Haven't.
Fair enough.
Are you up to leading this talk about getting us in with the investigation?
I can certainly try.
So should I keep quiet this time?
Um,
Hmm.
you don't
You're
have to stay quiet. I think we can all participate. We might all have points. And
we do.
I can always bring up the information gathered.
Still, if, for example, be mindful of what we say, they might, as a point of ritual, protocol, or paranoia, cast some kind of truth spell just in case.
Okay.
So if they ask about, for example, the object, simply say we don't have it.
It's true. We don't. Yeah.
Keep things simple.
Okay.
relax, we're not as bad as some people.
It pays to have a reminder just in case. Which is why I'm not going to try and talk too much. I was never the one to negotiate pay. It usually didn't end well, more than a few broken contracts.
Oh dear.
I mean, still, most of the time, everybody left alive, but especially with people I worry might be involved with everything that's going on. So when I feel like I have anything relevant to say, I'll jump in. But like Angelos took the lead with Blackwood, I think also defer to you in this case, Saga.
Alright. Suppose we can try.
Hey DM,
All right.
Yes.
how much? You mentioned.
Yes. Sorry, I'm eating popcorn because you guys are talking.
You're good. You're good.
Stop exposing me.
No, you little almond muncher.
Listen. Listen. Listen.
I
It's
love
okay,
you.
I wish I were eating almonds.
Brennan Lee Mulligan may or may not be my DM idol for
I
many
know.
reasons.
I know.
However, I'm not consuming almonds. I have either cashews or cheese popcorn.
Okay.
I have
I just wanted to ask how much,
shit.
with my keen mind, can I figure out how much time we have until the meeting?
Yeah, like I said, you got a couple hours to kill.
Okay, we got a couple hours. Was there anything else that we wanted to do in the city? I know we wanted to do the pawn shop, but I don't think that's fitting to do without Nadia. We can't do that.
I think we just get to
Well,
our meeting early.
I wanna cast sending so bad, but I don't want to use my third level slot.
Who you want to
Ruth.
send to?
My mom.
Oh, that's sweet.
I want to say hi, but I can wait. I can wait.
Fuck your mom. Okay, fuck your mom.
I think that was the plan.
Wait, no. Wait, no, just please don't do this to me. She's single. Don't do this.
You can't make your parents single. That's not a good thing to do in a D&D party.
You don't find my mom?
Yeah, as far as you're aware, both Astoria and Angelus have single moms.
How old's your mom?
I'm not gonna answer this anymore. I also don't know if Angel's brought up that he's only got a mom, but
I don't think he did.
That
Not
doesn't
yet.
matter.
leave my mother alone. I am not letting you become my parent.
Someone's parent. I will be.
I hate this. Saga will become a snilf. This is her endgame goal.
I mean, maybe.
You can't be a snilf without a kid. I won't.
She's certainly not making one.
What?
She's certainly not gonna make one.
Damn. She wears the pants in the relationship, anyways. I'm not gonna do anything because I want to keep my spells. I'm too nervous to do it. If we have a couple hours, no, it wouldn't be smart for us to go investigating. What can we do? I don't think there's anything we can do. I guess we time skip.
Alrighty. So you folks are welcome to head for the manor in Calagon, which Henrik would know the location of. It is both the residence of the city's nobility as well as a war room, technically speaking, and various other places where somebody who was training guards would have had reason to go at one point or another. It is a larger building, a bit more ornate than a lot of the other places in the city, but definitely still Spartan compared to some of the other lavish buildings you've seen, especially in like Ovanth. And those of you who have been to Kester or Ionium or oh good lord,
You
the
can
other
do it.
one, Innisal, that one, would know that they're far more like opulent and ornate. This is relatively toned down as far as nobility goes. But you are expected, you are allowed inside past several layers of guards, both Ram's guard and, standard operative, you know, local guards. And you are led into the main hall of this place. It is cavernous, compared to many of the spaces you've been in thus far. Stone floors, as well as a large kind of dais in the center that makes up a clock. It looks like there's a thick layer of glass over it, but there are gears turning under it, as this timepiece is kind of the heart of the city. But it is a tall ceilinged room, and you can see even from the end of it the main staircase that leads further into the building. This is sort of the main hall where anyone would come and go from this area. Um, and at points, this would be kind of like a convention hall where folks are able to come and go as they please, but at the moment is fairly locked down. And I will move everybody over to the map. Um, the area is already populated. There are a few guards littered across the staircase, and notably, you do see a scattering of far taller figures. Kind of on the first landing of these stairs is a tall man in decorative and yet still reasonable and functional armor. Kind of leans back against one of the stair posts, and speaks with another Goliath woman, dressed functionally, but still in, fine fabrics, long dress, hair pulled up into a somewhat severe bun. They both look tense. There is a sort of displeasure in the way they are speaking to each other in hushed tones. You could see she has her hands like folded in front of her, but he does gesticulate more than she does. And then as well, you see another taller figure, long braided back hair, very stark facial tattoos, who immediately catches you immediately catch their attention as you walk in, kind of these cold, calculating blue eyes. Um, and they do watch you step into this area where you guys could pop in down here at the bottom of the map, or place yourself wherever. You won't be stopped. Um, and last but not least, there is another taller figure who leans back against this portion of the stairs up top. Uh, Shorter than
person?
his counterpart, it looks like, um, but is silent, appears to just be listening at the moment, and is sort of staring off into space.
Wait, can you ping which person again?
This one.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Do I recognize any of them?
You do. Henrik, these are the same folks you have at least met in passing before. Let me pull up the NPC folder. You would know that this is Earl Terraman. Kanath Ulathai is their last name. It is a very, very Goliath last name. His wife is Countess Oleana. And then this would be their oldest child, Corrigan. And this is potentially their younger son, Zeriak. All of the same last name and of varying titles. You would know specifically the Earl's title of Bridgemaker and Countess's title of Mountain Branch. As far as the last time you had spoken with them, their children had not been titled yet.
All right.
But yeah, so you folks are announced. One of the guards leading you in does kind of a sweeping gesture, and addresses the nobility in the room, kind of interrupting their conversation a touch, and just, Your Grace, the folks you had wanted to speak with this morning, and kind of sweeps a low bow. And
Can
you have the attention of the crew. What were you going to say, Saga?
can you guys remind me again of what we want to be addressing?
I
Because we would have probably talked about this in our time that we waited.
yes.
Mm-hmm. And you are also welcome to move closer to the stairs. You don't have to stand
Yes.
all the way across the room.
Yeah, we will, but
And we can use the battle map on this. I do
already
have the
have it
rights to
open.
so we're good. Cool. So yes, if you could move everybody up so we can have everybody on screen.
So I don't have to keep scrolling up and down. That'd be great.
I think the big thing was being able to officially be on the investigation because
Yeah.
we've been warned off of that
Yeah,
several
they keep
times.
fighting. They keep saying, "Don't do it." And we're like, "We want to do it, though."
Okay.
So like that's the big thing is just being us, like allowing us to be kind of like contracted to investigate stuff, so we have more, leeway, with shit. That's the thing that I remember. I don't know if there's anything else.
We should definitely talk about how we've already been involved with the sort of even by accident.
Yep.
Which
And
might help us.
we can also bring up that we're being targeted and being allowed to investigate will allow us to protect ourselves. Maybe.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not.
No,
Okay.
that's a good idea.
Thank you.
Right.
I got nervous.
No,
Hey,
that's a good idea.
That's a great idea, sweetie.
hey, like self-defense is a good argument. Like,
Exactly.
hey, we're already involved enough that they've tried to kill one of us.
Please.
So, yeah, I think we can get to the base of the stairs at the very least.
Yeah.
I'll follow your lead on that. Sokka stays back. Oh.
I know we were doing like a space apart, but if I'm gonna be doing most of the talking, I moved up to be by Henrik.
Yeah. So if Henrik goes to start walking up the stairs, does anybody stop him?
No, but you do have the attention of the guard for sure.
You guys have to know I'm going to be making a lot of shit up.
Oh. It's not the
But
time
I
to
will
get
say,
into
if you
improv.
start lying, you will have
It's
to
not
start making
about
deception rolls.
lying. It's about it's been a long time since we've played.
Gotcha. My statement still stands. Anything that is an outright lie, you will be making a deception roll for. I just want to let you know ahead of time.
I'm not going up the stairs.
Yeah, that feels like a bad idea for me.
Yeah, Henrik, you can get about there. You do notice that the eldest is definitely looking you over at that point.
Henrik's
Okay,
acting like
so,
he's the one that's gonna be doing the talking.
He really
Yeah.
is.
why are you staying there? Are you
We're-
gonna yell at them the entire time?
It's called having a stage presence.
I don't want to get my
And I will also
teeth
put
beaten.
tokens into the chat for you guys to see.
I don't want to get my teeth kicked in. Thanks.
I don't think they'd kick your teeth in. They'd more likely put you in stocks.
Wait, I was saying this out of character. Are we saying this in character? I can't tell.
Oh, I don't know.
Saga, do you not want to be the one taking the lead on this?
I'm fine with it. But I think we should just all talk with each other. I think one person taking the lead on one conversation ends up being just one person only talking for a very long time.
Yeah.
The Earl and Countess. Well, I won't say the Earl. The Countess. Nice. I like her tattoos.
All right.
I don't like bald men.
Damn.
Uh, One final question before conversation initiates.
Damn.
Am I the oldest person in the room?
You know that the Earl is definitely closer to your age. You may have known, been a child when his father was, in power, but the Earl is definitely getting on in years. He's older for a Goliath.
I love
But
Goliath.
is he 73?
Jeez.
You would not have an exact age on the Earl, no.
You're like almost getting to the years where you're unable to do things.
Yeah. I shouldn't be here. I'm old. Why do you think I started back at level 1 again?
Damn. Gotta
You're gonna
relearn everything.
develop dementia over the course of this campaign.
No.
Maybe.
Not again.
That'd be
So
funny.
anyway, Henrik approaches.
Okay.
Earl,
Mhm.
Contessa, Countess.
From what we know,
Is
is
that
this one of the we bow? Do we bow?
They are nobility.
Okay, then at the base of the stairs, then
Yeah,
I would definitely do a bow
I would follow suit.
of however I know would be suitable to this place.
at this point the Earl would turn towards Henrik and towards all of you, and so you were the lot that Bjorn informed me would be showing up here. You wish to be part of an investigation into the disappearances happening within the city.
Yes, we've found ourselves becoming, unfortunately, involved more than we realized we would. And might as well. Well, not might as well. We believe that they have begun to target us too. So,
You believe them targeting you?
well,
Have you any experiences being attacked?
Our
I
party
should
member.
change my wording. We do know they are targeting us, at least to an extent. One of our companions, she's currently not with us. She's alive. Well, obviously. But she's not with us here. Um, she was attacked by, well, one of the members of the cult we wish to investigate.
I see. You must forgive me, but there are many in this city who have either been attacked or have known people who have suffered attacks and been, unfortunately, kidnapped. So you must
That's not, of
understand why I cannot simply let you into this investigation on those pretenses.
course,
Is
but
there more?
Well, our group has been investigating the people who believe were a part of the cause of this for time before they even came to Kavagon. So this wasn't just us coming to Kavagon and then starting it. It was a ongoing thing that led us to Kavagon.
Angelos, I'm gonna need a deception check.
yeah.
That's a
Because-
straight up fucking lie.
Yeah,
No.
that's
Is it
what I
not?
was thinking.
Sorry.
No, it's
You and
not,
I were
because
not a
we-
part of this. It was the
Oh,
rest of them.
I-
Yeah, but the group was originally hired in a small village to track down this creepy guy.
Yeah.
That creepy guy, as far as Henrik is aware, left a trap in a teleportation circle to the other side of the world,
Mm-hmm.
practically,
I'm
while he came here to Kavagon.
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm going
And
off. It's
that's
like
the information he's shared with Angelus and Saga.
Yeah, I do think that.
So as far as they
Yeah,
are
like I'll
aware,
state that as like like I'll need to like I'll like Andros will clarify as like I say our group in general, me and Saga were not a part of this, but we'll gesture to Henrik. I just want
Now, do you explain that timeline of events? Because it sounds like you've been investigating a cult this entire time. You've only been following one guy.
okay, yeah,
There's a
no,
large leap of logic
that's
there.
fair. That's my bad. That's me as a player. Andros would know better. Could I sorry, I'm not good at this stuff. But yeah, so like Angelus would like okay, we can I just pass this to Henrik to explain? I feel like actually like Henrik
he was
has
the one who was there.
yeah, Henrik was the one who's been following this the farthest. I'll let him explain further.
Earl raises an eyebrow at you.
Sorry.
a priest in a village on the continent who thought at the time deathlessness was a local condition invited several people to form a group to investigate someone who passed through the village they thought might be responsible for it. We tracked this individual down after finding they had arcane ability and necromantic writings, as well as paid in old dynasty coinage. We tracked them down to a cabin that was trapped both with constructs and a teleportation circle that pointed here to Kavagon, but when we attempted to follow, sent us to the islands instead. This was weeks ago. When we arrived here in Kavagon, we were eventually hired to check out a lumber camp on the edge of the city that, well, we found the corpse of the person we were tracking at a clear necromantic ritual site. We handed over what evidence we could to the guard. Since then, as was said, members of our group have been attacked in the streets, and we stumbled upon the likely kidnapping location of the priest of the god of death, in which several animated bundles of arms were left behind.
Hmm. At what point in this story were you all arrested by my guards?
That is when we stumbled upon uh, a victim during the riots.
I see. So you believe these disappearances to be the result of one individual who has stalked in from somewhere outside the city and caused mayhem?
I don't know about that.
Far from it. Personally, I suspect some kind of cult is behind the disappearances, given the spread of behavior and amount, as well as the fact that the person who attacked our teammate appeared to be a flesh golem.
Flesh golem, you say?
Henrik, did you bring up that we found him dead in the lumberyard?
Yes,
Okay.
I did. The person we were originally trying to track down was a corpse in the
Right.
lumberyard at the ritual site. No physical sign of death, actually.
I want to bring up that because me and Noel just want to clarify, cult worship something usually perceived to be a god. Should we bring up that there was a ritual that did a very loud communication? Because that feels cultish.
No.
Okay, I'm assuming this is stuff that we have discussed like on the way there, so I just want to clarify, so I'll keep my mouth shut.
Yes, because that was something we learned from our smuggler friend.
Okay.
Well, it would seem you have seen much in your time. In the time that you've been here, as well as some time before. I must deliberate with my wife here on this. A moment, if you would. And I would like all of you to make persuasion rolls.
Oh god. Henrik was doing the main talking,
Anybody
so
have
no,
inspiration?
wait, no, don't, nobody roll, nobody roll.
One of you may have advantage.
I am
because you've
going
been
to
helping
give
each
who has the best persuasion?
I have a +6.
I'm gonna give you a nat 20. I have a important roll that is a nat 20.
Are you kidding?
I'm not. Trouble rolled it. I literally had my cat roll my stats and he got me a nat You're muted. Space. I heard you through the mic.
I would still like a roll from Henrik.
Okay.
Okay. And can I also roll then? Because
Yes.
I
okay.
need to contribute a bit.
I have a +2.
go ahead.
I have a +3.
Okay.
14.
So I'll get rid of that.
Alrighty.
net
So
20.
the Earl and his wife do pull back a bit to, as he said, deliberate on this. And you three are kind of left under the supervision of the guards and the looks like the eldest of the noble family, who is still shamelessly staring at you. Like very analytical in nature.
This is the eldest.
The one that's closest to
Okay.
you.
One on the
I put
stairs.
their photos in chat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Blank blue eyes.
Nice.
Yeah.
The temptation just wave.
Do not.
Do it.
I will if you raise your hand to wave, Saga grabs it and pulls it down to your side.
Okay.
Oh wait, I'm on the opposite side of you. You can still wave, okay.
Do you wave?
It's just this awkward, like, small hand raise, like, hello.
They sort of nod at you. And Angels, you feel eyes drag like down you and back up, like fully again, not even trying to hide, like they are
Oh.
sussing you out. And they just kind of nod.
Does
It's
Angelus
not
blush?
often we have outsiders that have an interest in solving problems in our city.
I do like his voice.
Henrik notwithstanding, of course, and he nods to you, Henrik.
Would
Imagine
the... Sorry, go ahead.
Did I ever give him combat lessons?
You would not have trained these kids. You would know they are more androgynous in nature. But you would have known their trainer, and like met them a handful of times by just sheer being in the same social circles. But you, as far as the last time you had encountered Corrigan, they were still like a teenager. They seem to have grown up properly at this point, and have a similar station to their father.
Me, no, not smart. Is the proper word, like, is the saying, like, we're just, we're go-getters? There's like a wording of like, oh, we're self-starters. There's a saying for it, and I can't think of it.
You think of interview jargon.
Yeah.
This is not a job listing.
It could be. Is proactive the right word?
Proactive would probably be the right word.
I guess you could say we're just proactive at getting things solved.
I see. Fair enough, I suppose.
Someone's got to help out, you know. You guys have a lot on your plates.
There is only so much we can handle at once, yes.
Just is really nervous.
They do kind of look to Henrik at that. It is good to see that our own are returning home at least, even if it's not under the best circumstances.
Henrik will just give a nod to the heir to his city.
Mm-hmm. They do kind of glance back up the stairs toward their parents, who have kind of retreated and are. You can hear it's there's a conversation happening. You can hear the conversation happening. You can't pick out any words.
Is it because they're speaking a different language?
They are definitely speaking in a different language.
Which language
but,
is it? Out of curiosity.
Fuck, what is the technical name for what Goliaths speak?
Right, I thought.
Because there's a chance that I might know it.
Goliath speak giant.
I speak giant.
Yeah. I will say you still can't parse any words, but
That's
you can
fair.
tell they're speaking in giant.
Okay.
Yeah, it has a very kind of gravelly aspect to it.
I clock that shit.
Yeah. But yeah, the air kind of like looks between them and back to you. There probably going to be a moment. This has been our lives for the past few weeks.
Of course, that's understandable.
Hmm.
The temptation to do small talk is immense.
Do it.
Oh no, but I'm really awkward about it. Oh god.
What is D&D if not slightly uncomfortable sometimes? You folks do hear footsteps from above though, and do see the other Goliath noble heir move from his place on the stairs to kind of up at the top. Can tell he's looking in your direction. But is more just moving closer. Doesn't really address you folks.
Okay.
But it looks like the air has turned and is kind of like half listening to what their parents are saying.
The one that's lower on the stairs?
Yes.
Okay.
Is no longer staring directly at you.
Oh my god.
Hi, Angelus.
What did Saga say?
Shy Angelus. That was not in Saga saying it, that was me saying it.
Okay. No, it's more
You are
so
free to make small talk if you want.
Angelus is
Yeah.
more terrified because this is a noble setting and he's terrified of fucking up.
What's the difference between being terrified and being shy? Seems like you can't find an answer. I must be right.
Is this in character or not? I can't tell.
It's not in character.
Okay. I feel like there's different.
Nah.
Okay. I'm just gonna like look around, see what's up.
Yeah, if you want to take a look at the your surroundings, you're welcome to. Just if you're like actually looking for something like a perception or an investigation, works just fine.
It's kind of just more like trying to see like what's up. Just curious.
Yep.
Perception. Not great at those. I'm consistent.
Okay. I'm gonna tab back out. Ooh. Yeah, it is a large construction. You can hear the tick of the clock set into the floor, which is fairly loud, especially in the quiet. This is like being in a silent classroom with the clock
Mhm.
ticking times 5 at least.
Fucking
Um,
flashbacks to my testing days.
yeah, that's what Angelus is currently doing. It's hard to focus on much else. The rest of you notice that the eldest does turn to their sibling. It does say something in giant, which Angelus you do catch. Ooh!
Oh no.
Sorry, I knocked over my mic into my water bottle.
Uh-oh.
This is what happens when I try to move things on my desk.
Let me see. Ooh, whispers!
Yeah, you are the only one who can understand. I'm just gonna clear that with Codium first.
Man, convenient that I looked at my languages like
Perfect.
20 minutes prior.
Okay, there we go.
I just know some weird fucking languages.
I know 2.
Is it common and your Wanti language?
Yeah.
You're doing great.
Yeah, I think the language is just Yonti.
Mm,
Your auntie don't have a language.
they
They
don't?
don't?
No, because
They
they're not
should.
technically like a
Oh, they're
uh
technically quote unquote a monster, aren't they?
yeah.
Oh.
We
Homebrew
already
language.
conspired about what
Homebrew
their
language.
language would be.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
It's
I
They
have
parcel
gave me a
tongue.
really
moment.
bad. No. Fuck JKR.
Whoa, this is being recorded.
And
Okay,
I
and?
stand by that
Yeah.
publicly.
I absolutely want it on record that I hate that turf.
This is the J.K. Rowling hate center.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Fuck JKR. I'll say it again if you want me to.
I know you're good. Do your job.
I'm trying to, but
Angelus?
Tanner's not responding to me.
Yeah.
You managed to pick
Oh,
up.
no, hold on.
What?
No, you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. Hold on a minute.
Whispers. Man, how's the weather out there, guys?
It's really windy and brightening.
Wimdy. God, you're valid. It's really fucking. It's sunny over, which is nice.
Kills you.
Why are you killing me?
It's not windy.
Well, why do I have to get murdered because your place is windy?
Not windy for you.
It's been windy plenty of times. It's very skippy. How's it going, Henrik?
Going okay.
Nice.
Okay. The
Hold on. Can you give me 2 seconds?
okay. Sorry,
Sorry.
I thought we were ready. I'm sorry.
No. My Codium keeps talking over me. All right. Anyways, Angels, you do catch a thread of dialogue between the two siblings.
Haha, whoops. Didn't expect the twink to know giant, did you? Huh?
That's what you get.
Uh,
The
Okay,
first
we're doing
line
fine.
is the closer heir speaking to the looks like their brother,
Okay.
who does not look to them to speak. I will mention.
Could I do like a performance check to keep my face straight?
Yeah.
Cool. Pretty average.
There's definitely some visible concern if they're looking close enough.
Yeah, like and just like fiddling extra more with his like shirt or something like that. Or something like that. Just okay.
But there is like a nod from the eldest, and that is the extent of their conversation in front of you guys.
Okay. Now, the Earl and the Countess will cease their deliberations, and they once again pretty much get back to where they were. And the Earl will speak up and say, "We have discussed your case, your reasoning as to why you should be allowed to continue your investigations into the kidnappings happening here, and you will be allowed to continue your investigations. However, there are pros and cons. There are benefits, and there are slight restrictions, shall I say. You will be each granted a seal of our house, and that should get you past most guards and into most places that you need to go. So you have mostly free reign over the city, and you will be allowed to investigate where you wish. That said, it would be very much preferable if you were to report your findings to Bjorn. As you are already acquainted, you know where his offices lie.
I
You
believe
all-
this
Hmm.
incredibly acceptable. I thought you were done talking. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I was trying to find something else to say, and I wasn't finding anything in my brain. So yeah,
No,
go
you're
ahead.
valid. Over.
This fuck. I lost my words.
You can do it.
We have the same. Same. Um, I believe I can speak for us all when we find that those to be very acceptable limitations. Not limitations.
Terms.
Terms. That's the word.
My son here, my child, my heir, might be able to help you with keeping in contact with us and possibly Bjorn or other guard forces, should you need to. I will let you speak with them on that. Um, let's see. Anything else I need to bring up? I must mention that you will largely be on your own for these investigations you are conducting, as our guard forces are currently occupied trying to keep the city from burning down. So we will help where we can, but our hands are fairly tied.
Rather self-sufficient, but thank you.
Of course. If there's nothing else you wish to discuss, then go. I must continue
Right.
trying to run
Thank you.
this city. And he will
Before
he
he
turns
leaves.
away, but you're not forced out by the guards or anything.
Before
You seem
he
to
leaves,
be.
like kind of like with the question, I just wanted to clarify with myself before I say anything.
Mhm.
So these people are they updated on what on the going ons of the city?
The nobility?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
This is not, they are not a like paper monarchy. They are involved, like they
okay.
run the city.
So is like to say like if we asked if they knew like any leads or anything like that, that would be like a reasonable thing to ask.
Yes, and he did also mention you could speak with his heirs for that.
Okay.
You know that the Earl likely has very little spare time right now.
Okay. Then I will thank him and I'll kind of like look over to the air then.
Yeah, they are back to watching you.
Don't like that. Were we introduced?
Not particularly, no.
Okay. Um, I'll do like the little hand raise again. Hi, my name is Angelus. It's a pleasure to meet you.
They again nod. Uh, they don't seem particularly
Chatty.
chatty. Yeah, that's the correct word. Corrigan, and this is Zeriak. They gesture to their brother.
Again, pleasure to meet you. I was just wondering, would there have been any people who are specialized in looking into this, or anything for us to pick up on? Or are we just on our own for that?
They shake their head a bit. As my father mentioned, we don't have the resources to really devote a task force to this at the moment. The guard is spread thin already with people rioting in the streets. We can either deal with the riots or we deal with the deaths.
I'm gonna
At the
insight
moment.
check.
Yeah, go ahead.
Would I have advantage because of what I've heard earlier?
No.
Damn it.
Insight is a deeply personal thing.
Okay,
You
okay.
do not know this person.
That's fair. I tried.
With a 16, you can also kind of get the impression that like they're also just fucking tired. This is so much, but it doesn't seem like they're lying. It seems like the city's resources are already pretty well wrapped up in everything else going on.
Okay. Wanted a bit more. I just want to figure out what they said, but that's fair. I'll thank them. That's all I was wondering. Thank you.
No problem. If you have any other questions, they reach into their pocket and produce, it looks like a sending stone, but it is blue, which is unusual. They're usually like a purpley red color, and will offer it to you, Angelus.
I'll reach out and take it.
You do notice, like as he steps down the stairs, the height difference is, he's a Goliath.
Uh-oh.
They're like 8-9 feet tall.
Oh, I gotta look up.
Yes, up properly. Difficult to tell how tall the Earl is from this angle, but probably taller.
Mhm.
But yeah, they place the stone in your hand, which is like a palm stone for them, is like properly, um, you know, a large rock
Mhm.
for you. Should you need any more information that you don't have access to, or if you need an update on the goings on in the city that you haven't been informed of, let us know within reasonable hours.
Of course.
They just nod and step back up the stairs a bit. Is there anything else you folks need?
I look at the part.
And we'll just shake his head.
Okay. In that case, you may take your leave.
I guess we head out then.
Alrighty.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine that on our way out, somebody gives us the seals we've been granted.
Yes, on your way out, you are granted, they are proper like pendants that you would wear with the seal of the Kanath Ulathai family on them. You can wear them, pocket them, whichever you prefer. Issued to you by, looks like some sort of advisor.
Sorry, a visor?
Advisor.
Oh, okay. Um,
We're outside consultants.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Angelus will put it on, tuck it under his shirt for now.
Alrighty.
I don't want this to
Alright.
be a reason for us to get attacked again.
Yeah. Henrik will like slide it on the inside of like his armor. It'll be hard to get out, but also hard to
Mhm.
steal.
To be fair, only
Very
one of
fair.
us has to show it as well.
Eh,
No?
when one of you, if you're in a situation where like the guards are after you and one of you shows the thing, it will definitely they will let everyone get their seal out at that point. But yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So like we just need like one person to kind of slow down shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All I can imagine is us running away. Like, wait, why are we running? We have a perfectly valid reason to be doing this.
Yes.
I have a permit.
And then the guard's
Yeah.
like, why the fuck did you start running? We panicked. I'm sorry.
The last time this happened, we did not have royal seals. Or not royalty, but they are nobles.
Yeah. It was a trauma response. I'm sorry.
Last time I got arrested.
Didn't want a repeat of that. I'm sorry.
Alrighty, what's the crew up to now then?
Yeah, great question.
Well, I know it's a bit earlier than normal, but do we actually want to call it here without Nadia? Because we've learned
That may be a good
lot,
idea.
and we have a
Yeah.
lot of directions to go.
Yeah. This is. And you guys did get a lot done this session.
You did.
Yeah.
It is up to everyone. I am a little whore that wants to keep playing.
Very fair. I think Henrik has a good point. You guys should regroup with Nadia when they return.
Oh, I agree.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the
Ah,
present.
shit, I misspelled it twice.
Did you fall asleep, actually?
No, I was on a phone call with my dad.
Ah. How dare you speak to your relatives when we're playing D&D?
He
Yeah,
called
how dare
me
you.
and then I ignored him because we were in the middle of talking, and then we got to a point where I thought it was okay to call him back.
That's really
No
funny.
worries.
Ignore these people.
And I do agree. I think this is a good point to call it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
See ya, nerds.
Bye.
But yeah, so we wrap up.
Bye, friends.
Bye, everyone. I'm gonna try to not to cut
Bye.
anybody off this time.
Goodbye.
Fuck J.K. Rowling.
Fuck J.K. Rowling. I still think that Monty should get a language. Anyways,
They should.
goodbye.
Snaggage.
Ahaha.
Bye.
Bye bye.
I like
We're
my language.
going.